6D schoolmates will show us how to have a better life with mindfulness. Please welcome Esther, Charmaine, and Ashley.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Charmaine.
I'm Ashley.
And I'm Esther.
Hong Kong students are always busy. We have a lot of things to do and learn. We are always told we have to do better.
We really can't take it anymore. Do you know more and more Hong Kong students feel a lot of anxiety about their schoolwork and their lives?
Can we not multitask? Can we just focus on one thing at a time? Certainly. We're going to share the amazing time we went through while doing our project about mindfulness, which can transform our lives with you now.
Our class FYP is about development. In order to echo this year's school theme, our group would like to transform education in Hong Kong by introducing and developing a new curriculum in mindfulness.
When we did brainstorming on education, we thought about stress. We Hong Kong students usually feel stressed and do not know how to handle our emotions well.
Indeed, we wanted to know if we could learn how to regulate our emotions. Therefore, we did some research online and came to know the curriculum of mindfulness in schools in countries such as the UK, the US, and in Australia.
Do you know what mindfulness is? Most of you may not know. Some parents may ask, does it have any competition for my child to join? Can it help my child to get into a good secondary school offer?
Oh, come on. Let me explain then. First, practicing mindfulness is to let us focus on and be in the present, not thinking about the future or the past, so we could stay concentrated. It is also to maintain awareness of our thoughts and feelings.
And for the second main point, mindfulness is not relaxation or meditation. In the UK, there is a mindfulness program called .B, which means stop and be. Mindfulness trains us to direct our attention to whatever is happening in the present moment. Our breathing, thoughts, emotions, or even everyday activities like walking and eating. This awareness means we can respond more skillfully to whatever the present moment throws at us.
Now, let's try to do mindfulness breathing together. See if you can have a feel of mindfulness. Please follow the instructions in the clip.
Hello, and welcome to your first mindful moment. I'm going to ring a bell, and I want you to practice listening to the sound until you can no longer hear it. It might surprise you how long you can hear it if you're really listening. First, slowly close your eyes. Think about how long you could hear the bell. What did you notice? Here's another important ingredient in mindfulness. It's something you already do without even thinking. Breathing. Your body breathes without you having to think about it. Right now, while you're playing at recess, even when you're sleeping. Okay, so breathing seems like a pretty normal, everyday thing. What makes it mindful? You can choose to breathe mindfully to help when you feel upset or overwhelmed. We all feel a little overwhelmed sometimes. Imagine a ship in the ocean. Your emotions are like the waves, and every now and again, a strong emotion comes along like a big wave. You can either let it take you for a wild ride, or be the captain and take control by steering yourself through it. Your deep, mindful breaths are what help you take control when you feel a little out of control, because it happens to the best of us. Let's give it a go.
Now, after watching the video, let's ask some audience members to share their thoughts and feelings. Who would like to tell us how you felt just now? Feel free to share with us in Cantonese or English.
Hi, I was actually feeling a bit nervous earlier because of all the amazing presentations that you guys are giving, and I'm about to give my presentation. So I'm really grateful for this mindfulness exercise because it calmed me down for when I have to go to stage later.
Thank you.
Feeling very peaceful. So my whole body just like I actually try to imagine myself in the boat, and I think I'll use that forever if like when I'm about to get overwhelmed or angry. Very useful.
You know, when you just feel this wonderful bell, you feel like you're in heaven, but then you think of something which makes you worried, and then you just don't have any peaceful, like you don't have any peace. Like if there's an exam, just write the next day, and you're like, the bell, and then you were like really worried, like this is no use. I'm sorry.
That's offensive.
Thank you for sharing with us. Actually, it's okay if you didn't feel anything special just now. We need to keep practicing noticing, and every time we notice how we feel or what we are feeling, we become more mindful.
On the 9th of April, we had an activity about mindfulness. Volunteers from every class came to the theater at recess.
We let the volunteers watch some interesting videos about our topic, play some games about memory, and also do some mindful breathing together. All of them enjoyed the activity very much.
In March, we were thrilled to have an inspiring interview with Professor Lam Shui Fong from the Department of Psychology in the University of Hong Kong. She's also the only person that is qualified to teach teachers mindfulness in Hong Kong.
Professor Lam gave us a lot of advice on how to introduce mindfulness to our fellow schoolmates.
Firstly, as Hong Kong students always compete one against another, which actually creates a lot of unnecessary stress. We should tell them every student is a winner and teach them how to manage their negative feelings properly by using mindfulness.
In addition, Professor Lam told us that mindfulness is non-striving. We practice mindfulness to simply be in awareness of the present moment without having to strive, which means we should not push ourselves to achieve a certain outcome, state of being, or result.
At last, when we asked her how to teach mindfulness to children, she told us that mindfulness could not be taught, but could only be shared. We cannot put all the information in your mind, and then you can do it. That's impossible, right?
To sum up, yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, and today is a gift. That's why it's called the present. This line reminds us to be in the present instead of worrying about the future or the past, because mindfulness is all about being in the present.
Before the end of our presentation, we'd like to make some suggestions. First, we may use the reading room on the 5th floor to set up a mindfulness room to let students relax and be focused.
The mindfulness room will be open at recesses and after school. In the room, students may sit down on a soft cushion or beanbag and practice mindful breathing while listening to soothing music. The comfortable atmosphere and steady breathing will make students feel relaxed.
Besides, our school may organize some programs about mindfulness for our teachers and students next year. For example, we may have a 1-minute mindful moment before the first lesson after lunch. In the long run, our teacher may have some mindfulness courses so that the school will be able to promote mindfulness more effectively.
We sincerely hope that mindfulness can transform education in Hong Kong. We're proud to be pioneers to introduce mindfulness to our school.
We will keep practicing mindfulness. How about you? Do you want to transform your life too? Thank you.
Thank you, 6D. The final category for the transformation topic is environment. We have one group put their focus on plastic straws. After experimenting different materials to replace plastic, they found out that the best way to reduce the plastic waste is not to use straws anymore.
Food waste is another big issue in many schools. Another group helped the P1 schoolmates to start early a good habit of not wasting food.